Good evening and welcome. I'm Vincent Makori and this is Africa 54. First tonight, the fight to recover from the devastation caused by Ebola. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has convened an international Ebola recovery conference at the United Nations headquarters in New York. Another conference co-organized by the Ebola-affected countries of Guinea, Liberia and Sierra Leone seeks to raise $3.2 billion over the next 2 years to help the countries fully rebound from the crisis. Sierra Leone President Ansbai Koroma, who is attending, urged the global community not to abandon his region, when he was speaking to VOA at the UN, and he said that there's no room for complacency in the fight against the Ebola virus.
And we are appealing to our people. They have showed great resilience, a great courage over the period. But until the Ebola is completely out, we will not stop. We have to continue this fight. And we'll encourage them to stay focused. It's been difficult for all of us, but that is where we find ourselves, and this is a battle we must not lose. Ebola has not isolated us as a region or as nations. We still have great potentials. We are still prepared to do business and are preparing to do business, and we are now receiving delegations, international delegations that are coming in to explore business opportunities, and we still want to get to where we were before Ebola struck.
Well, the conference comes amidst reports of 5 new cases of Ebola, including 1 death in Liberia, a country that had been declared Ebola-free. Now, for the very latest, VOA's Jackson Mvunganyi joins us live from New York. Jackson, welcome to Africa 54.
Hi, Vincent. Thank you.
Yes. Now, we know that the conference has been called together to kind of mobilize resources to help those countries affected. How much funding are those countries actually asking for? Is it just the $3.2 billion or there's more?
Yes, Vincent, they are asking for $3.2 billion. The 3 ministers of finance from the 3 countries, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and others from the Mano River Union were here yesterday and asked for $3.2 billion. Whether they're getting it or not, we're not sure. Today, President Sirleaf of Liberia threw around the number $7.2 billion, but that's a figure that encompasses a much broader strategy for recovery. They're also asking for a suspension of some of the debt they've had from their donor countries. And, they're waiting to see. Pledging starts today afternoon, and they're hoping that they can get at least a good sum of the money they're asking for.
Now, from what you're hearing, is everybody kind of on board, kind of feeling sympathetic and understanding to those demands, or are there people who think this is unrealistic? Absolutely.
Well, like Sirleaf asked today, President Sirleaf asked, is that too much to ask? Well, not really, because Ebola knows no borders. And President Mugabe said in his opening remarks, he's the chairperson of the African Union, and he gave an address today. He says that, we know if Ebola affects one country, it affects all of us. And in this interconnected world that we live in, and where there's a lot of cross-border trade and migration and movement, that if Ebola affects one country, will eventually get to you. So are they asking for too much? Probably, but I think the world is concerned and anxious that this is a problem that is not just isolated to these West African countries, and that it could be at their doorstep anytime if they do not respond.
Now, who is expected to hopefully pledge some money for this particular effort? We have specific
there have been some pledges so far. The EU, which is the only economic bloc that has pledged, made their pledges public so far, has pledged over $450 billion. The World Bank is expected to make some significant pledges. So is the African Development Bank and other donor countries that are involved in this fight against Ebola.
And very quickly, the pledging just started. What time does it end today?
it probably will end around 5 p.m. today. So we'll have a much more concrete figure of how much money has been raised.
Jackson, thank you very much for your reporting.
Thank you, Vincent.
Well, viewers, Jackson Mvunganyi reporting live from New York.